complain about the key. Okay. Give it a minute or so. And we should start seeing what we are live. Live. Okay. Stream manager. Seeing anything? Is. So it looks like we are live on the Twitches. Are we live on the troops? We appear to be live. YouTubes. Okay. I really need to watch some of these back and actually check on the sound, see if I need to actually download these and re-upload them with some cleaned up sound. Okay. I think we're all good. Let me just check on our other screen resolutions. Un momento, por favor. Or should that be un momento, por favor? Okay. Okie dokie. We are live. And we appear to have what we need. Okay. Stream health looks fine. Twitch really doesn't like my bitrate. Okay. We're definitely live on the troops. I think we're good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amax Games Davie, or more specifically, AmaxGames.com's Two Idiots Learn to Code. I am only one idiot today. As I've said, I'm Amax Games Davie, and I am one of the founders of Amax Games. And this is episode number 5 in this series. We're using AI and very little knowledge of Unity. I try to code a mobile game, usually along with my brother, Amax Games John. And we try and see if we can build an ethical game that is free. Now, that doesn't mean there's going to be no microtransactions, but it does mean that those transactions are exactly that. They are micro. There is no $100 £100 or £200 microtransactions. I think in the business plan we wrote, I believe that I limited it to about £15 with room to actually move that around. And even then, that was for a massive chunk. So the idea is that we will try and make a game that's ad supported but doesn't get in your face and see where it gets us. We are streaming at Amax_Games on the YouTubes, and we are either Amax Games Davie today on Twitch or Amax Games John if you're tuning into John's, and those are the same titles, Amax Games John and Amax Games Davie. If you're looking us up on Rumble, we have yet to actually stream to Rumble. We're still trying to get used to the streaming thing, still trying to get used to our settings and everything dialed in to make these as best as possible. We've had a fair few failures. We've actually got an entire series where we recorded maybe 10 hours of footage, which sounded perfect at the time when we were actually on it, but when we actually tuned in, downloaded it and tried to listen to it, the sound was terrible. It didn't pick up Amax Games John's mic when it was recording on my system. It was just an entire nightmare. So we're trying to get better at this. And the idea behind it is we vlog this. We vlog the changes we're making to the game. We vlog our troubleshooting. And if the two idiots are, in fact, on the stream, you'll hear us chat a bit about real life, family life. During the stream, you may hear some added sound effects by our Chief of Security, Amax Games Spike. And occasionally you might hear him sitting purring or having the zoomies behind me. Spike has a habit of getting himself into trouble when he is left to his own devices and he gets too quiet, so I do tend to go and check on him every now and again, just to make sure he's not getting into something he's not meant. With that in mind, let's continue with this series. I think I've waffled on enough. So now that we are recording, you can see in front of you, we're back to ChatGPT. This is the idea behind this series. We don't have much skills now of Unity. I do work in the IT industry. I effectively design and support data centers for a living. I used to code like 30 years ago, maybe even longer at this point. And unfortunately, just the money wasn't there for the amount of stress that you would go through in those jobs. So I chose to do something else. I chose to do support. And now the support model is good, but we want to try something a bit different. So if you go to amaxgames.com, there's a little bio on both me and Amax Games John. So you can go check this out. But the idea is we've got little to no Unity experience, and we're going to see if we can make a mobile game. Hopefully, English is hard, especially when you're trying to talk to yourself. Hopefully, we will end up with a game that is cross-platform for iOS and for Android. We're concentrating on Android at the moment because we've already purchased a license for that because it's a one-off fee. And once we've got that all done and dusted, what we're going to try and do is we may try and make a web version of the game. We may even try and make a PC version of the game. So we shall see how that goes. So I'm using a free version of ChatGPT, but I made the mistake of uploading my code as files rather than pasting the code into ChatGPT, and as a result of that, it tries to use the version 4.0, and you only get so many queries of that before it gets annoyed with you and tells you to pay. At this point, we're making nothing from Amax Games at all. We have no games out there. Our channel has 10 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're only 3 on Twitch. We are nowhere near making any kind of money for this. There's no Subscribe Star or anything like that. We're taking no sponsorships. So at the moment, this entire company is basically just a money pit for us. We're using our own kit. So Amax Games John and Amax Games Davie have different setups, but we will hopefully be able to generate some income at some point, and then actually start maybe looking at specific equipment that we like, specific keyboards and stuff like that. And maybe when we start to do that, we can have some affiliate links or some other way to try and generate some extra coins. But in the meantime, this is where we are. We're inside ChatGPT, and at some point it will complain and tell me that I can't continue. This happened during my stream yesterday. I then moved to a separate chat and gave it different ideas and continued to work on the game just a little bit longer. So without further ado, let's see what we can do. I think what we should do for our game is to add a high score system. And I think we should prevent repeating questions from coming up. To be fair, because of the size of the database that I've loaded into this, and it'll probably be about 1,000 questions, maybe more by the time we go to, we actually release the game. So I don't think that random questions, you're only getting a selection of 10 at the moment, out of 1,015, I think it is. So there's a very, very slim chance of any duplicates being in there. But let's follow what it's saying just now. So I'm going to tell it that I've updated my code. In fact, I've not even opened Unity or Visual Studio. Oh no, Visual Studio is still open. And in fact, Unity is still open. There we go. I'm lying. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into Visual Studio, and I updated this. So I'm just going to say that I updated braindrainquiz.cs. Okay, so that it gets my changes where I've added the sound. Okay, so we'll maybe get it to clean up code at a later date, but I just wanted to understand the new code, the audio that I had added. Okay, so let's track the high scores using player prefs. I'm not sure. I think that's player preferences, obviously. So let's do this. So add a high score variable in braindrain quiz.cs. Okay, so a little bit at the top. This is getting to be quite a big script, this one. Okay. On your start coroutine, select a high score. Okay, what's last year's score? Doesn't exist, so probably do that before doing that. Okay, place it in there, see how that works. In your load random question method, inside the block where the round ends, okay, probably in here, I would suspect. And we get rid of its silly little graphics. Okay. What do we think? Should we show the high score? Is there really much room, to be fair, for me to show the high score at the moment? Let's go back to train. Really isn't much room. So I don't think I'll display the high score here. What I might do is have a high score on a separate screen. Okay, so now I have a high score. Updates player beats old score. Where does it actually load high score from? Ah, there we go. Player press. Let's see. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, so these could be interesting things to save as well, but let's test it out. So we'll go back to our code and we shall save it. Right. So that's been saved. If I jump back here, quick play. It does write the high score out to high score. Yeah, it writes the current high score out to debug. Okay, that's good. I'll go with that. Didn't see the high score getting right there, but we'll go with split. Okay, that sounds a bit on the loud side. Wow, yeah, that one needs to go. That question needs to go. Okay. I know current high score is 0, so it did do that. Oh. Okay, so the new high score didn't work because I removed the slash n, which I presume is a new line. Okay, so new high score. What's down here? What was it? Slash n, I think. I'll go back to our chat GPT. Yeah, slash n. Okay, so that'll be why there was a slash n there. And I'll get too many windows open. Okay, just do that. And we'll go back to the code to slash n. We may have to slash n didn't seem to work. Was it smaller case n? Is this been is it some lowercase n? Okay. Okay. So I need to set high score to 0 just so. Yeah. Okay, high score set to 0. Fair enough. Right, let's try this again. Come on. Okay. Right, so the high score is appearing there, but /n didn't help. What if I just set high score? In fact, you know what? Let's just, because the whole interface is getting a bit cramped again. So let's go ignore logo. Let's go to score text. Let's bring it down to 50. Question text can be 50. Answer input text area. Yep. Okay. Submit button text. Okay, it's automatically been set. So feedback text. $50. Question text. Oh, it's still running, so it's not going to remember these. Yeah. Right, let's try that again. Okay, no. Unplay, there we go. Right, okay. So let's get back here. Logo. We can make the logo smaller if need be, but let's take the score text. Got to make that 50. Question text was by about 50. Text area. Don't think you can see it. Text size is automatic for that. Feedback text 50. 50. Play again button. 69. How did it become 69? It should be 50. Which probably means the submit button's text should be 50 as well. Although for some reason can't change it. Okay. Worry about that later on. That's giving us a bit more room to play with. So just add a space in there for now. That's saved. Let's go back and add some new things. Add total questions answered counter. Okay. Did it ask me to do that earlier? No, not. Okay. So it's want me to add these to brain drain. Okay. And say start the coroutine. Upload it. So okay, I'm also going to add a debug log for that as well. Just going to copy that in there. Okay, so that should drop it to the debug. Okay, I'm not doing the show UI thing at the moment, but if I've saved that, if I jump back in here, if I go to my quiz manager, I can add a total question answered. I think a statistics page which shows like the questions in the database, and that might be a good idea, rather than having the total questions up here as well. But we can worry about that later on. So, okay. Total questions answered. Update real time option visible, yes. Okay. Yes, track total correct answers and show accuracy and accuracy. Actually, we'll do it in small sections, right? So we'll do total correct answers first. Because if we give it too much, it'll start to get confused, and so will I. Okay, so again, this is very similar to the code that's just had us add. Okay, and again, this is going to be after you load total questions answered, and okay, and then neither of the stupid little tick box. Okay. And a debug plug. Actually, let's do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, because it should be up here. Okay. And then copy the debug, get rid of the icon. Nope. So open. And sorry about it. There we go. Okay. So it shows the total correct answers. Okay, let's save that. I know these are minor changes, but this is the little things that are going to make it a challenge for people. Okay, inside your check answer method, if clear answer equals correct, add this. Okay. If clear answer equals correct, let it play the cheer. Get rid of that crazy little icon. Okay. Save that. I have not done that yet. So there's me to put that option. Yep. One side you factory tracking. Yeah, it's asking me if I want to add asked. It's asking me if I want to add accuracy tracking. So yes, add. Let's see. This would be a very crowded user interface, but as I say, I can use these later on in a statistics panel, perhaps. Maybe with a pop-up statistics panel. Okay. Update the score. Update accuracy, we'll put it in now. Okay. Call update accuracy in the start. I'll put it in just before the update UI. Okay, and check answer after updating total correct answers and total questions. So check answer. If the answer is correct, else. Okay, so it should be going in there. And restart game, there should be one as well. I'll put it in here. Okay. So I've not added the UX text, not added the UI text elements in there, but let's try this. Oh, color code now, that's good. Right, so wait for it to load. I play. Hopefully I've not screwed up. Okay, which company that first ever seen? Oh, I did not know that. I'm sorry. Okay. Console. It's not outputting accuracy to the log, so I'm not able to track that. To track current high score. Ah, why is the play again? Okay, we'll try that again. The play again button shouldn't really be shown at the start. Okay, let's try going through these, see if it gives us an accuracy at the end. Okay, so it definitely said that I'd answered 15 questions correctly, but it did not output the accuracy. So, invoke back text. Okay, that's probably because I didn't put it in the log like I did everything else, I bet you. Yeah. And shouldn't there be a semicolon now? Okay. And it should be. Tend to try and copy and paste where I can. Okay, so if I copy and paste that in there, needs quotes around it. And that needs quotes around it, and a bracket, and then a semicolon. But I think I'm missing a dollar at the front, haven't I? Because this is a variable. That looks correct. Don't know about. Don't know why the heck that's went that way. There we go. And then the semicolon. Okay. So do that. We start our game. Okay. So current high score is 10. Still not seeing anything output. So what have I done wrong? So let's make sure then. So that's when it should do it. Get float total questions greater than 0. Okay. I'm guessing total questions greater than 0 is not being a thing. Okay, so let's go back to the game. Let's find what's in here. No, it's not. Where is our debug log for some things? Okay, so I'm looking for the bit where I'm actually checking for the answer. And if I'm inside Unity, there we go, if inside Unity editor. So let's take out the debug.log, right? So that should clean up my debug log. I'll try that again. Okay. So I don't know what this reference script unknown behavior is missing. You know what? Let's put a right click, new user interface, text mesh pro, and let's call it debug. Okay. And let's put it in our canvas. Let's put it below. Let's put it above our logo because that's going to be quite obvious there. Okay, and now if I go back to the quiz manager, what I can do is I can use the debug for total question answered. Okay, so let's try that again. Oh, the game is still running. Okay, try again. The game not running this time. So we'll right click, canvas, UI, text mesh pro, debug. Okay, move it above the logo and then go to quiz manager and set it for the remaining 3. Okay, and run it. And we'll see. I should probably remove what was in it to be fair, but hey, if it still says new text, we know it's not updating. Okay, so it did change to accuracy there. Okay, now we have total answer 0. Total correct answer is 24, so it is keeping tally. Okay, accuracy 0%. Still showing as 0%. Okay, interesting. So accuracy's been written as F1, so something's wrong with the accuracy text. Right, okay, so let's stop that. So is that how I'm outputting it rather than actual text? Okay, let's see if ChatGPT can work this out. Accuracy doesn't appear to be working. When shown in debug.log, it shows as F1. Okay. I will add color-based performance. I just can't add it just now. Give me a moment. Actually, I'll add color-based performance in the future. Oh, that was an oopsie. Okay, so oh, come on. Yes, ask ChatGPT. So update accuracy UI. Okay, get rid of its stupid little target icon thing. Don't know why that's doing that. There you go. Try again. Try again. There we go. 0.0%. Submit. Apparently it's still 0%. Okay. So now it's shown as a percentage but isn't updated. Okay. So total correct answers divided by total questions answered. Times 100, so that's how it's getting the percentage. Actually, it's just showing now as 0.0%. Okay, so let's update the accuracy again. Oh, stupid little icons. Okay. No questions loaded. Okay, let's try again. Come on, just run the game, please. Okay. So it doesn't appear to be updating total answered. Neither it does. If I clear that, and then I click correct. So it's updating total correct, but total answered hasn't been updated. Okay. So it looks like total answered has not been updated. It's showing as 0. And say check answer, add this line at the top. Check answer. Make sure the above is correct to check like. Where does I even put that in? Total question answer, prayer press, total question answer. Okay, so let's see what it's doing. Let's see what it's doing. So let's take them out. So Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So if current question group null, then fine. Then you've got these being placed in before the string. So let's them in there. Okay. Then before the update UI, Right. Mid down factors false update. Also wants to update the UI outside. Because I'm updating it there. Do you know what? I don't think it's going to make much of a difference to update the UI twice. So that. Just put in above the submit button. Get rid of its stupid icon. Okay. Try that. Okay. No questions loaded. No, didn't want to pause. Come on, stop pausing. Play. Okay. That's better. Although, shouldn't really be 300% or 3,900%. I mean, it's sort of working. Let's try that again. Funny how this was such a nice, easy thing that we decided to add, and yet it's taken more time to code than anything else because of problems. So it thinks we're at 480% because we've answered 10 questions. Okay, so total answered, it's not looking up. That's why. So it's 10 times 48. Okay, let's try this. Ooh, okay, reset stats. Awesome. So, temporary dev button sounds like a good idea. Canvas, right click, new, UI, button, text mesh pro, reset. It's absolutely tiny. Top there. Try zoom out. No. Okay. Move button text. Reset. Okay, grab the movement and let's bring it in to about there, shall we? Oops, why'd that work? Oh, because I just moved the text, I didn't actually move the button. That's why. No? Come on, try again. Oh, reset now, move to the bottom. Okay, right. Do you know what? That's fine for the time being. Right, so Oh, I've just made the change while it was running again, so I need to do that again. That's quite annoying, actually. It should give you the option to save even if you're in run mode. No better. Okay, right click. New UI, Text Mesh Pro, name it, rename, reset. Change the text to read reset. Okay. Select the button and let's move it. And boom, right down at the bottom. Right, that should be fine. Let's give me a 0.75 scale. Let's drop this down. What? What's this? Because this bit's just wasted space. Okay. Right. Oh, I've done it in. Getting annoyed now. The fact that the game's still running. Because my dodgy mouse. Okay, there we go. Right. Third time charm. Right click. UI. Text Mesh Pro. Yeah. Right click. Rename. Reset. Expand. Text Mesh Pro. Control A. Reset. Okay. Now, while I'm in here, I also want to click on the play again button actually. And I want to make sure that that's actually disabled at runtime. So now if I click play, I've not added the code for it, so it's not going to work. Nonsense. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. Why is Moby Dick got a dash in it? Is it not Moby Space Dick? It's definitely going to need to be some of these questions edited. Scheme of things. Okay, so I want to go to into here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so if we get in here, I'll just put it on the end. Oh, that's fine. Okay, let's save that. No. Let's see if I please don't use Unicode icons. What's the code? Wasn't really what I was looking for to do. Here we go. And now that's been saved. I can go over here. I can click on the reset button. I can go to on click. I can drag in quiz manager. I can select new function, brain drain quiz, and reset stats. Yay! I might almost be starting to actually learn something from this Unity game thing. Okay, so let me run the game. And then we can blow away the stats. Okay. probably should have added some kind of, hey, we've reset the statistic bit in there. Well, it's not running, so nothing. Right, that's exactly what I'll do. Oh, in fact, it does. It does stats reset. Okay, so it's already there. Chat GP. Okay, we're running reset stats. Stats reset. Okay, stop it. Play again. Okay. 0, 0, accuracy 0, submit 100%, still be 100%, so let's do 5. And then we'll fluff one up. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. That's fine. Actually, I need to test now that I disabled the play again button to start with. I should actually test it works. No, just play the darn game. It's about time for me to go check the kitten in a moment anyway. Just remembered my accuracy, so Catherine Hepburn. So the 4 parties go. Some of these questions definitely need answers edited. But let's go for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. And there we go. The play again button appears. Boom. Headshot. Okay. If I click play again, it works. Awesome. Right. So that's now good. Close that down. Okay. Let's go back to our friend over here. What else can we add? Okay. Let me know if you want to build a stat screen. I think I do want to build a stat screen, but I don't want to do that just now. So let's go back to some of the suggestions from earlier on. Adding badges and stuff is definitely going to be something to keep people coming back. Total correct answers, update. Okay, yeah. Okay, more UI stuff. Option from UI, blah, blah. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's track the number of games completed as well, shall we? Okay. I think statistics could be a good way to lure people in, try and improve their average and such. Okay, so inside brain drain. This is a massive script. I think this is the longest script I've wrote so far, 280 lines-ish. I know there's some spaces in here, like I'm not trying to bolster my numbers. Let's hit start. Okay. Okay. Um, if current question index currently equal questions per round. Okay. Sweet. Now I've saved that. I can go back here. Give it a moment to load. I'm not running, so I've made that mistake before. So I can go to our quiz manager and I can add debug to the game's complete just for tracking. Let's try this. Okay, so accuracy's taken over. Let's get a game complete anyway. There we go. Game's complete equals 1. Awesome. Right. Now track questions on size square. Okay, so that's observe profile over time. Yeah. Add a stat screen, show some in each game. Okay, right. So what else do you think that we need at the moment? Shall we do, I don't know, maybe do a game menu? Um, what do we think? Do we think we should have a survival mode and a quiz mode? Okay. Apps. Oops. Okay. Do you know what I'm going to do before I do that? I'm going here and I'm going to start the game running. Okay, I'm going to go to our Unity version control. And I'm going to add date with stats and sound. Check that in. Okay, so I'm going to go back to project and go back to our guru, Mr. ChatGPT, and go, okay, perhaps we should have a survival mode to go with, as well as the round mode we have currently coded. Cool. I wonder what other type of rooms you can have. So we do. A survival streak could be a thing as well. Okay. So at the top of brain drain quiz.cs, add these two lines. I've got to admit, I'm having fun with this, even though some of it's actually pretty infuriating. It's nice to see progress. Just load random question for survival. Update this condition. So we're if current, right, so current mode won't be there. Okay, right now I know where it's down, so it's back to it if it's here. Okay, so survival skips this logic. Now trigger a game over on a wrong answer. Update the else block. And check answer to so it's from the else to two brackets after return. else? Byte.x and correct answer. Okay. Play wrong clip. Okay. So I guess it's this one here. And just take the else out. Okay. Funny, it's actually got survival streak, like I said. Okay. Yeah, trap, separate, survival, high score. And inside the survival, wrong answer block. And survival, wrong answer block. Score good and survival, high score. Wrong answer. So must be check answer. Yeah. Doesn't really. Okay, so current mode equals survivor mode, game mode dot survival. Okay. Somewhere in here. Let's put that. Okay. Wait for that to load. Okay. Sweet. So I need to go back to my game. Current mode round, current inspector. Okay. Right, before I test this, I'm going to go check the kitten. I will be back in a moment. Went to check on the kitten, and the kitten came to check on me. So our chief head of security is fine. He's just wandering about being himself. Okay, so now we've got the drop down. Oops. For round and survival, let's switch to survival. And let's see if this works. On our game. Okay, that one's pretty obvious. It's Nirvana. So submit. Okay, so this is survival. So if I screw this up and just do something like this. Survival streak 3. Okay, awesome. So do you know what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to, I think I can get rid of the database contains so-and-so questions. I think that's more of a debug thing. So I can probably change that. Right, but we now have a streak. So what do you think? What do you think is a fair amount of lives for streak? I'm thinking 3. So I am. And let's ask ChatGPT a couple of questions here, yeah? So we'll go perhaps survival could have lives, perhaps 3, and see what it says. Okay. Ooh. What about having a survival hardcore mode that has no lives, but a survival mode that has 3 lives and they're in the rounds mode? That might be something. Okay. So again, more things to add to our variables. Okay. And start and restart game. Okay. Okay, there's no update lives yet because we've not actually coded it yet. Restart game. Okay. Wow. This else block is getting it huge. So inside the else block, we'll check answer. Okay. So we're else right down to 3 brackets after return. All right. Okay. There's our new procedure, or void. And we can add that in. We'll add that in with all the other updates. So we'll put it in here. Actually, no, is there not another update one? Yeah, okay, no worries. I shall put it in here then. Just quickly that. Okay. Add TMP texture canvas, name it lives text, drag it to the lives text field, inspector. You now have 3 lives, lose 1 life per romancer, commence at 0 lives, survivor high score is tracked, and UI feedback for remaining lives. So hearts instead of text for lives is going to be good, but we can do that maybe at a later date. Right, so let's save that. Okay, so oh, no questions loaded. Don't know why that would be. I begin to wonder if that's a bug with the game or just a bug with this testing. Okay, so I don't know if I, oops. Let's clear this. I don't know if I have it outporting the lives to the console, but we'll try it. No, that's not outputting. Okay, that's fine. So I don't even know what game mode this is in, so I'll need to show that. Okay, I think this is reset to round mode. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so 2 lives dead at this point. Okay, awesome. Right, so we now have 3 lives in survival. Okay. Add a survival hardcore mode, which just sets lives to 1. Maybe. Okay. So enum, I'm pretty sure it was up the top somewhere. In places where you reset game stats, update your logic with this. So star for if current mode equals. Awesome. So save. And we should now have a hardcore mode as well as a standard mode. So let's hit play. I considered a kid's version of this, and I've just thought we could call it Baby Brain. That'd be cool. Right, okay. I didn't set what version I want to play, so let me go do that. Survival. Okay, we'll test survival. Let's test survival hardcore, which should give me a single life. This should change to 1, hopefully. Okay. And then fail because this is hardcore mode. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm pretty sure I just failed 3. Four. Okay, so something's not right here. Right, so let's go to my quiz manager. Let's delete these. And have live's text be my debug. Oh, here's our head of security in to talk to us. Coming up. No. Right. Let's try that again. So survival hardcore should mean our lives are set to 1. Okay, so our lives are set to 1. Okay, so if I get 1 wrong, okay. So it did not end when it was supposed to. Okay. So there's a problem with this line. So lives has been set to 1, but lives is not been deleted. Random question, current question, check answer. If the answer is correct, else, feedback, incorrect answer from current mode equals game mode dot survival, lives remaining, minus minus, update lives. Spike, you've literally just jumped up and sat on my hand. That doesn't help when I'm holding a mouse. Okay, I'll move the mouse then. Right, okay, so it looks like I've probably been editing again. Actually, no, I wasn't editing again. So I must just have missed updating this. So if current mode equals survival, update light, so this part. It's changed. Why is that an issue? Okay, I didn't like that change. Really didn't like that change. So something's wrong with this line. If current mode equals game mode, or, because two pipes means or, current mode equals game mode dot survive hardcore, then lives remaining equals current current mode equals game mode dot survival and question mark colon starting lives. Why would that be in there? Control Z, Z. That's just where it deletes the live. Update start and restart game to set lives. Right, okay, so this is the line. So ChatGPT's not got this one correct, but this should change to that. Which basically means if it's survival or survival hardcore, then take a life away. So if I do this and save it, as you can see there's no red here. Go back to my game. Okay, so no questions loaded. Oh, just play the dang game. Okay, now we're in hardcore mode, so if I just pick one of these, there we go, and it dumped me out. Why did it give me a survival high score of 16 though? Oh no, okay, yeah, 16 is the best of it. That's my streak. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Right, so let's click reset. So we'll reset all the stats. Close that down. Okay, so that's awesome. We now have two game modes, a round mode, a survival mode. Sorry, three game modes, a round mode, a survival mode, and a survival hardcore mode. Okay. Trying to think of different ways that we could mix this up a little bit. So, what about if in rounds we got a perfect game with some kind of fireworks go off? Actually, I want to make a slight change. I don't know how I would do this though. So if there's a problem with the question, I want people to be able to see the question number and notify me. Like take it down, put it in the website. Don't know how to do it. They could put it in a comment under one of the videos, I guess. So in order to maintain accuracy of quiz questions, we should probably show the question ID alongside question ID before the question is question ID when the question is displayed. It does not know what to do with that question by the looks of it. Let's try that again. Okay. Confirm quiz question model includes ID. Your quiz question class should look something like this. Is that okay? Which it does. Yep. Okay, so load random question. Yep. So load random question. Question text dot text. That. So you know what I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to comment that one out rather than delete it. Place this one in. In fact, I'll go with that one because it's bold. So the quiz ID is bold. Okay, so let's save that. Now when I hit play, question 795, who directed Inception? Okay, I think that looks okay. I don't like the brackets in there, and I don't like the fact that it mentions the power book. Okay, right, so that's fine. Okay. Oh, there we go. I've hit my limit for Chat GPT. Okay, so in this case, I'm still want to stream for a little while, maybe like another half hour or so. Okay, so I'll just try this. I have updated brain drain quiz.ts. Is it serious? It is. Yeah, okay. So it's telling me how to fix that. I'm actually going to do that. So is there a void awake on this? Because this is getting huge. There's a start. Okay, I don't see an awake. So awake's usually just before the start. So let's try this. Okay. Just to ensure that that's saved. So inside check answer, I must do it that saves. Yeah. So let's try that. So we'll just nuke these out with comments at the moment. Don't know about the game over flag. Support case insensitive and don't know about that either. Make sure plugin is hooked up to a call restart game on click. Debug log statement. Yeah, that's also a good thing. Okay, so what else do we think? Okay. So let's ask it, can you help me stop it from showing duplicate questions? Okay. That's a lot of updates. Holy crap, that's a lot of updates for some. Okay. This was probably a bit more that I was willing to bite off for now. Okay. But let's go for it. Ooh, that didn't work. That's because there must already be one. So quiz database manager, public quiz question, get random. No, no, no. There we go. Public quiz question, get random. Okay. So update brain damages load random question. Current question equals quiz database manager. Dot get random question. Excluding. After confirming current question is not null. Okay. And then show question IDs is cleared. So that means start and restart game. Now, did I break it? Let's find out. Play. Oh. Is that because I've not saved that all? It is. Let's try that. Spiky, can you get in my way any more than you're actually trying to? I don't think so. Right. Let's go back again then. Try again. I mean, I suppose the only thing that I can do is check that it's updating the show question IDs, to be fair, because, I mean, it looks like it's working. I think that's logically how I could do it. So let's go back here. Each show question ID to set. Okay. Let's add a debug dot log to show the IDs that are excluded. Right before calling the DB method. And that's in load random question. And say brain drain. So load random question before calling the database method. Okay, I'll place it in there because that should be fine for it. Okay, let's run that again. Let's try it again. Okay, that's working. So we can see down the bottom corner, it's 328, 369, 681. Awesome. Okay. So let's ask it, what other suggestions do you have to improve this game? Ooh, so we could have a timer to give them, I don't know, 20 seconds to respond. But a timer challenge menu where you see how many questions you can answer in 10 minutes. I don't know about multi-choice, progression rewards. I definitely want the progression reward stuff, but I think I'm going to bake that into New levels, question packs, and stuff like that later on. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to bake that into achievements and possibly some DLC. Better input validation, handle typing. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside though, because you don't want that to be too ruling. Ooh, saving load status. Localization would be good. That'd be quite a difficult one though. Changing sound effects back, but yeah, background music. I do like the idea of writing background music for it. So, what do we think? Um, the idea of having bonuses is good if we could link it to like daily logins or something like that. Oh, apparently, I am no longer streaming to Twitch, although it seems to think so. No, I think it's just having a hissy fit. Still streaming to YouTube's. So hints defines question category. Allow players to use hints that reveal part of the answer. I suppose like lives we could have hints. And that also gives you the option for interstitial ads, I think it is. So you can get a certain number, and if like 3 lives, for example, and if you need another one that goes to 0, it'll give you the option to watch an ad to continue. I don't like the beat the streak stuff, but let's. I don't know which one to do. What about selecting the difficulty level? No, that wouldn't work. Um, so this is why it's good when there's actually 2 idiots here, because the other idiot can throw in his suggestions as well. Um, Multiplayer and online leaderboards, definitely love that idea. Love that idea. I think a timer mode would be good. Or should the timer mode be the survival mode? I think survival mode should maybe have a timer. And if survival mode has a timer, then hardcore survival mode could have a shorter timer. As for what I want to do just now, let's try something. Let's try something smart. Let's see if it will give me some ideas for like a fireworks effect. I don't know if I'm going to implement this. I'm just going to ask a question because it might be a nightmare. But a fireworks effect if you get a perfect game or perfect round. Okay. In round mode, if you get the max all questions correct, perhaps we should show some firework-like particle effects on screen. And what I might actually do, don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but if I am, I may actually create something in GarageBand for the background music. Yeah, so how bad is this? Okay, this doesn't look too bad, right? That's fine. So in the Uni editor, right click your hierarchy, go to effects and particle system. I've never done this before, so I mean, to be fair, I've not done much of this before, so here we go. Let's stop that. Okay, so what was it? Right click effects and particle system. Okay, wow. Not really sure about that. Can we simulate water? I don't think I really did anything to be fair. Okay. Customize particle system to look like fireworks, bright colours, bursts, trails, etc. Okay, start colour. Get an orange. Spiky, you nearly fell off the couch, the table there, trying to nudge my hand. I get it, you want tensions. Yeah, give you a little pet and give you some tensions. There we go. Okay. Duration 5 seconds. Start delay 0, touch 5, restart sound. Start color, gravity source, 3D particles. Okay. Gravity modifiers, fine. It'd be better if I could have them maybe shooting up from the bottom. Simulate space, delta scaling, local rigid, stop action. Okay. I'm not really sure how to do this. Customize particle system to look like fireworks, bright colours, bursts, trails, etc. Oh, okay, so there's trails. Yuck. That did not help. No. No. I don't see burst like it was telling us about. But noise. Okay, no. So trails definitely not it. What about lights? So let me change in. Texture. No. Triggers. No. Collision. No. Okay. Missions. Okay. Shapes. Okay, right. So this is where. So if I go back down to trails, click on trails. Should be able to enable trails. And then that's even worse. So let's try orange. And then trails could be pink, maybe purple. God, that looks awful. Right, now can go and render traits. Yeah, that's not very good, to be fair. Okay, so let's have a look at the particle system. Okay, so can I move it? So maybe if I moved it down, no, okay. That looks a bit more like fireworks, sort of. I mean, not really, but like they're kind of exploding from the bottom now. Uh, right. Customize buckles and like bright colors, bursts, trails, etc. Okay. I mean, that's something better, maybe. Be nice if we could make it different colors. I mean, I like the idea of that. Uh, I shall leave it in just now and I shall continue with this. But I vastly suspect, unless I can find a better way to tweak it so it looks better, that's not going to be a thing in the long term. If score equals question. Um, what would that be? Would random question. Let's check answer. That's why it's not. Would random question. If score equals question dot round. If perfect clip. Okay, so it's basically just adding that in it. And perfect clip. Spiky. You're not making this easy. So, save that. Pretty sure I'd added the firework effect. Apparently not. Okay. Need to make sure that the firework effect is actually disabled. Okay. And overload random question and restart game. I literally moved my mouse kitten so you had more room. And now you've moved so that you've taken up all of the desk space. Right, let's switch this back to round mode and try and do a perfect 10. And I'll need to add a firework effect to the particle system. There we go. So survival hardcore, I'm going to change it to round and hit play. Didn't see any fireworks. I didn't see any fireworks there because it's trying to play it. It is not enabled. Create and take classes of fireworks essentially being damaged because component inspector will play the effect when the player gets a score. Ooh, a simple firework prefab, that would be interesting. This doesn't enable the firework effect. If it's disabled in the inspector. Cool. So yeah, I'm actually managing to spot errors in its own code. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Let's try that. Come on. Okay. Let's try the perfect 10 again. Oh, yay! Should probably disable after like 10 seconds or something. Although to be fair, when you hit play again, it goes. Okay. I think I'm okay with that for now. As I say, I'm not convinced that's going to stay. What other suggestions does it have? So I wonder what a useful timer would be. 30 seconds? And for hardcore, we could make it 20. Okay. Or should I have a round specifically for timers? No, I think at the moment I should have survivor mode. Yeah, survivor mode should have a limit. Okay, let's add a 30-second timer to survivor mode. Answer the question in survivor mode. Wow. Okay. Over 400 lines this year. Oh, no, but this one I'll put is over 400 lines. Okay. Your load random question have load random question. Okay. Current mode equals game round and current questions round. Okay. Start the timer only from survival mode. Your load a random question method after loading a question. Okay, so there's what's loading the question. Okay, so let's start the timer there then. Oops, Control Z. What? Control Z. And Control Z again. Again. What the heck? I don't know why that end moved. That's what confused me. Okay. It's fine. Wait up there. And then up the timer. Sorry, Spiky. Did I just flick your ear, kitten? Did I just flick your ear? Okay. Okay, and now clean up when timer expired. That was a lot of code for something that looked relatively simple. Okay, and the check answer method. Right at the start after checking if current question equals no. Right, save. That was a lot of new lines. Did I break it? Let's find out. Stop it running. No, I said stop it running. Getting a bit irritated here. Okay. So timer text, I'm actually just going to use the debug. So move that in there. I'll take out live text just now because I don't need it. So time per question, 30 seconds. That's cool because that means I could also check it in hardcore mode for something less. Not seeing a timer being updated. Here I am. Okay. In that case, need a debug.log. Oh, I'll bet you I'm not in survival mode. I bet you didn't enable survivor mode. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. I was right. I hadn't selected survival mode. Okay, we're in survival mode now. So hopefully That gives us a timer. Yep, that's pretty awesome. Answers the question. Okay. Okay, let's just read again. English is hard. Let's just let the timer run out in this one and see if it kicks me to the curb. 3, 2, 1, 0. Boom. And it did. Awesome. Oh, hold on a minute. Why did that automatically restart again? That wasn't meant to happen. Let's see if that happens again. Okay. Yeah, okay. So something's wrong. Okay, so time's up. The correct answer was okay, so it's plain and sound. Current mode swipe and left menus. Okay. Remain less than zero submit button interactive. It's false. Yeah, so disable the submit button interactive, disable the insert text, play getting button dot set equals true. Yep, question text documents game over. Right, survival high scores. Okay. That doesn't explain. Okay. After running out of time, game shows game over screen, but after a few seconds seems to restart. Okay. So if lives remain equals 0, down to else load. Next question. If current mode game mode survival, current mode survival hardcore, lives less than or equal to 0. Shouldn't really be less than 0. So it should be equal 0. Maybe not. Else feedback survival high score. So if else. So is it just this else statement it's taken out then? Let's try that. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Okay, so it's not continuing, but it's also not giving me the enable button. So something's wrong. It's these two. These should. So it disables the submit button and it disables the answer button. Okay, so it should set the play again button active, but it didn't. Try that again. Set this to 10 seconds just for the sake of it. Actually, I can't do it, so it's playing now. No, I can't. Right. So 10. Okay. And then play. Okay, so it does disable the Toy Story. It does disable input. It does disable the submit. One, two, but it's definitely not bringing up. Definitely not enabling the new button. Last attempt. Just want to see where it's failing in here. Oh, come on. God. So it shows time's up. Correct answer was. Okay. Plays the wrong clip. Current mode is survival, which it is. take away live, update live UI, live lesson 0, disable submit button, which is doing answer text, that text is disabled, it's true. It's not enabling the play again button, though. Don't know why. Question.text. Okay, so it's not hitting. Question.text has not been set to game over. Okay. This is. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Let's try this. So let's have lives remaining. The next question. I don't know if these are doing anything. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, that's definitely not the correct code. So that code shows it's fine. That's what's the differences. Game of equals true. Okay, right. So we're not using a game of equals true flag, so that's part of it. That's all nonsense. Okay, actually, maybe not. No. Okay, submit button dot interactive equals false. Okay. Play again button equals true. Okay. So before the question.text equals game over, so what we're doing is we're setting the play again button to true and then grabbing the button active, getting the component button as play again from play again button. If the play again button is not equal to null, then play again button.interactive equals true. I think I understand that logic. Okay. Six, five, four, three, two, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's still not making that button interactive. Let's try this. Here is my complete code. Play again button is never is not shown in time run set. Jesus, the size of that update compared to this one. Where's the one that was in here? Look at that. It's like 10 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 lines. Okay, this seems very much like a sledgehammer to crack a nut. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment this one out. Absolute insanity. It's far too much code for what we're trying to do here. That didn't work at all. Okay. So this is an example of ChatGPT having broke my game, following ChatGPT having broke my game. So I shall be back in a moment. I need to check on something and I need to think how I can solve this. Right. Bring the original void back in. So runtime expired. This is what the problem is. If lives less than 0, okay. So there'll be a lot of debug.logs here, right? So debug.log, disabling buttons. Okay. Oh, it's a typo. It's a typo after all of that. Look, play it again. AGAIN. Oh, no, actually, maybe not. Ignore me. Okay. So debug.log. And I should be able to do, and drop these quotes out. Play again button dot set active. Dot enabled is enabled there. Nope. Visible. Nope. Dot active. Excuse me. And what I'll do is I'll do 4. case. Is it? Wait. Nope. Oh, maybe. No, because it may be here. No. And that's not going to work. So can I do, is that dollar before that? That might work. Okay, and then inside here, after. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's try it. So go back to game. Okay, looks like I've entered that code wrong. That didn't output anything. Okay. Okay. So nothing called on timer expired there. So the timer update's working because we can see that. If it's timer running, time equals time minus delta time. If timer less than 0, this timer on equals false. Call on timer expired. Else update timer. That's also a point. I'm on survival mode, I'm not on survival hardcore mode. So I should have 3 lives. So it shouldn't automatically be game over when I run out of time. It should just take a life. Which it does. Updates the lives. Okay. Okay. That's never been triggered because I still have life left. If I change total questions, if I change question count to lives, okay, and then I hit play. Oh, I've done it again when play mode. I have question count as lives. Right, when I hit play, we should see I've got 3 lives. play the darn thing. Okay, so I've got 2 lives left. Right, okay, so that's a problem. That is a problem. So there's a if lives remaining, but there's no else. So was the original code right then? Did I just forget I wasn't in hardcore mode because I'd been doing so much in hardcore mode before? Let's have a look. If lives remaining. So if lives remaining, score else. Okay, right, yeah, so if there's lives remaining, it should still do an else. Next question. If lives remaining, else invoke next question. So this should work as long as it's times. It shouldn't come in here unless my lives are less than 0. I think this was working originally and I've completely confused myself. Come on, let's play. Okay. So this time it should bail out and I should see the button appear. There we go. Okay, so there was nothing wrong with the code, it was me that was being an idiot. Yeah, and it showed me the before and after there. So my debug code that I added, this stuff worked well. Sweet. Didn't show me disabling buttons, it did. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Don't think I need that one either. Actually, no, I'll do, rather than delete them, is I'll just comment them out just in case. Okay. And I'll just go back here and okay, I fixed it. The issue was the original restart was due to me having lives left. Classic case of it's not a bug, it's a feature. Glad you figured it. Are you working on a game right now? I think I'm about to end this stream for today. So it's been what, 3.25 hours. So I have to be up for work in like 5 hours, 5.5 hours. So I probably should call it a night. So thank you all for tuning in. Um, it's been fun. We've made some progress. So we've added hardcore mode. We've added hardcore. Uh, we've added survivor mode. We've added survivor hardcore mode. We've added a firework particle effect if you get a perfect game in the bounce mode. We have added multiple statistics, including streaks. We have saved player data, calculated number of games people are playing. We've calculated accuracy of the questions. We have added the question ID. So, we've actually made some progress today. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. I may. Obviously, there's not many people watching these streams anyway. However, hopefully build it and they will come, becomes a thing. As the more people tune into the Amax Games channel. Obviously, if you like these videos, like it. If you subscribe, that's even better. And if you could leave a comment, even if you just want to throw shade at how bad I actually am at this, by all means, this is how we learn. And thank you for watching this episode. Hopefully, you'll go back and watch the other 4 so you can laugh at the progress I have made or lack thereof. But with that in mind, thank you for your time and have a good evening. Cheers.